L.B. Raspberry. And needless to say, I don't have a lot of credentials or titles as the ones before me. But I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a grandmother, I'm a great-grandmother, and a concerned citizen of Jasper, Texas. I'm here to speak on behalf of Tommy Adams, Willie Land, and Terry Norsworthy, 3 council members who are the targets of a recall petition where they have been charged with 3 offenses. Number 1, incompetence. Number 2, malfeasance in office. Number 3, misconduct. I am here to address these charges and give my personal testimony regarding these charges. Some of these things might seem repetitious to y'all, but bear with us. I have not been shown any evidence to validate these charges. The city charter and we, the people, by voting for them in office, gave them the authority to select a police chief in a manner that has been used for over 50 years. Until city staff and possibly the mayor attempted to force a method of scoring down their throats that had never been used before, nor authorized by the city council. You have heard the list of the previous police chiefs selected by council stated: Alton Wright, Harlan Alexander, Stanley Christopher, Todd Hunter. I left off the last one. One that stands out in my mind is the qualification of Christopher, who, after being appointed by council, there were officers resigning. These chiefs, previously named, their qualifications were not published in the news board, nor broadcast on KJS. Whoa. Had they been, the council that appointed them, if I'm not mistaken, 2 blacks and 3 whites, would have been recalled. If you compare the qualification of Chief Pearson to Wright, Alexander, Christopher, and Hunter, instead of accepting the publishing of KJS and the news board, who have a monopoly on what they want publicized, you would know that the council has done nothing wrong by selecting Rodney Pearson as police chief. This man has 22 years experience in law enforcement with DPS, along with a degree. Why is it that this appointed chief is being treated differently than any other chief that has been hired in 50 years? Why is there a select group broadcasting that this appointment is about qualifications rather than say it is about race? Why is it that only when council members do not let the mayor and city staff and the exiting chief pull strings that certain people decide that council members are incompetent? It is time for the people of Jasper to know the truth and for all the dirt to come from under the rug. All right, now, bring it on. I lived in Jasper in the late 50s and early 60s when government officials were sent down to put locks on backdoor entries because the locals refused to do it themselves. We lived through a widely publicized hate crime, withstood the press and media, and came through looking like a picture of solidarity. There were blacks and whites locked arm in arm, showing that they cared. Now, we have a recall where approximately 98% of the signatures are white. Hey, I wasn't asked to sign a recall petition. Why? What does this have to do with anything? I'll tell you. We can vote blacks into a position and then put a lock on their voice by having the mayor and city officials make backroom deals and tell them to do it my way, or we will get rid of you and use any underhanded method they can. Jasper has had a majority African American city council for almost 7 years. They have voted on spending our money. They have hired, they have fired. Anything that was deemed necessary, the council did, withheld, and stood for. These 3 council members have worked and participated on numerous items on behalf of the citizens of Jasper. These 3 members who work on your behalf have never been charged with incompetence, malfeasance, or misconduct until they chose to use their right as stated in the charter and given them by you, the voter, to choose a police chief. This recall is neither just nor fair. Take the locks off of the council members and let them do the job elected. And